Hi everyone, it's Rachel with Rachel Super Cute Creations. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. We are closing out the 2021 school year, goodness, year, and moving into 2022. And so I'm getting ready to kind of revamp my channel. The last couple years have been a little bit crazy with my life. Um, those of you that have been watching know that I lost my mom in 2021. We cared for her and then lost her. And so it's been a little crazy, but say all that to say, I'm looking forward to getting back with all of you. And I wanted to start with a Valentine's journal, a vintage Valentine's journal. And if you have any vintage boxes, I highly suggest you take them apart and you can use them for amazing journal covers. So this one is actually a printable by KB and Friends, um, and she's on Etsy. Um, I didn't have anything like this in my stash. I have a lot of vintage items, but I decided, oh, I really just think it's time to do some Valentine stuff. So I'm just going to go in here and go around this, but I hope everybody's having a great day. If you're jumping on with me while we build this little journal, please say hello so I know who's in here. And in fact, I'll probably do some giveaways tonight. I haven't done any giveaways in a really long time. So super excited. Um, and I'm also looking for some feedback from everybody to find out, what kind of content do you guys want for this new year, the 2022 year? Um, I know I have a Facebook group, a Super Cute Creations Facebook group, but I also have a cleaning and organizing group, Facebook group. Um, and I'm going to be doing a lot of tips for the new year to get your house organized, get your craft rooms organized, and all that fun stuff. So all I did is just kind of go around this and get it um, cut out. Now you can cut this out and make it into a box. That's actually what the lady who created this, she added these bread tabs. Hi, Beth. How are you? Oh my gosh, girl. The house, I love it, but we are still just, it's crazy around here. My craft room's not anywhere near ready to go. We just finished our barn. So finally I can be out of a storage unit, hopefully bring all those vintage things over. So yeah, exciting stuff. So this is actually, how are you doing, Beth? This is actually made. Hi, Luann. Oh, I haven't talked to you in so long. Welcome. So nice to see all of my friends on here. I've missed you all a whole lot, and I'm just really excited about getting content back on my channel again. Um, so anyway, if you wanted to do this, you could bend this and make this a little box. The lady who did these printables made this so you could make a little box, and here's the back, but I don't want to do that. I want to make this into a journal. So we're going to go ahead and cut the back out. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I'm glad to have a newbie here. Hopefully you have subscribed to my channel and clicked the notification button, but I'm super excited to have you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot. My camera is still not perfect in here. And so we're just kind of playing around, and I'm actually off work the rest of the week. So I'll be playing around with the video, and my husband's hoping to help me get the video back. The video is kind of to the right now, the way the setup is. So we're gonna have to do some adjusting. We still have a lot of shelving and stuff to come back in here, and but I love that I'm close to everything. That's exciting. I love that I'm not out in the country and having problems with internet and stuff like that, which we've had in the past. So yeah. Well, I'm happy you're here, Cindy. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just snip these off and make it into the box, even though we're not actually, I'm not going to. I'm going to cut these tabs off because I have no intentions of building this into a box. I have intentions of building this into a junk journal. But what I'm not going to do yet is cut off these pieces because I have some ideas. But I'm wondering, what kind of content are you all looking for? What do you want to do in this new year? Are you looking for content on building journals from start to finish? Are you looking for embellishments? What are you looking for? I'd love to know. Okay, so I just cut the tabs off, but this is definitely going to be the back of my journal. That's going to be the back because it was the back of the box. I'm leaving these for right now, these tops and bottoms, but I'm not going to keep those on there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim off these tabs because I don't have any intentions of using it for the purpose of a box. So we're just going to take our scissors, snip those off. But I highly recommend you look for boxes that you have around, vintage boxes. Here's one that I scanned, and I didn't get a chance to do them before Christmas, but I'll definitely be making some for Christmas next year. So I had some Bright Star ornament boxes, and I was able to make those into little miniature journals. So those will be here next year. But aren't those cute? So yeah. All right. So so the next thing I want to do, I did use 100-pound cardstock, but I know that that's not going to be heavy enough. So I have this vintage file folder piece that I'm going to use on the inside. Plus, it'll be better than this stark white color. But I am going to get out, if you don't have a scoreboard. Hi, Yasina. Welcome. Glad to see you. You can take just a ruler. And for a long time, you guys, I didn't have a scoreboard. I'll be honest with you. And a lot of times, I'm too lazy to get the scoreboard out. So I'll just take my metal ruler. And then I'll take a stylus. And I will go ahead and score that way. But I did get the darn thing out today. So we're going to use it. All right. So maybe. Oh, nope, we're not because it doesn't line up. So I'm just going to do my old fashioned before the scoreboards were out in popular. So all I'm doing is lining up where I want to score it. And I'm using my stylus and I'm lightly scoring a line. Sorry for the noise. And so that's going to be my spine, and I'm going to leave that on there. And I don't think I want to cut this one off, but we're going to leave it on for right now because I'm thinking maybe what I could do on this journal is tip this in and make a tuck spot this way with this side of the book cover. These top ones I'm more than likely going to cut off. Or the other thing I thought of is if I don't want to do a side tuck, I can actually, if I wanted to, I could fold this up, except the words will be upside down for the tuck. But this one, we could do a top tuck because when we fold this one down, look, we could have a top tuck right here. So I'm not sure. I'm either going to leave this one or I'm going to leave this one. So right now we're just going to leave them all folded. And then we're going to grab this back one. And the same thing here. Like I can totally have this one we're going to leave on because this one we're going to use to create just a stronger spine. So we'll glue those together and we'll end up with that. How about the left and the top be a combined? Ooh, I like your thinking. Look at that. So she's saying, how about we make the left So we would need to trim just a little bit off of here, but we could make a tuck, a double tuck like that. I like that. Great thinking, Luann. I think we'll do that. Oh, hi, Justin. Welcome. Yeah, making a journal out of a vintage piece. So welcome. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead. I like the idea that Luann said, and we're going to just go ahead and we're going to score these, and we're going to make this adorable vintage Valentine's box journal. All right, so give me just a second to go ahead in here and, oops, darn it. All right. And like I said, if you don't have something vintage and you want to go ahead and purchase something like this, she has lots of boxes on Etsy. You can purchase the download at KB and Friends. I don't know her personally. I just did a search today, and so we are going to make. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, Justin. So see, I can go ahead and I can make that. But I love Luann's idea of making this. So we're going to cut off this bottom. And I'm just going to use scissors. And I'm keeping this piece because this piece can be used for a tuck spot someplace else. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this edge and I'm going to cut just a little triangle off, because now look at how nice that sets in there. So we have this unique tuck spot. We're going to go ahead and cut the top of, do I want to do that? I think for this one, let's do the unique one on the bottom. So we'll cut the top one off. So we're going to go ahead and cut this top one off. Once again, don't throw away this scrap because this is something you can use. I'm going to set those to the side. And before I cut the wrong one again, sorry guys. Yep, so we're going to cut this one. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut just a little sliver off of there. So now we have this unique little tuck spot. What do you think? All right, let me grab a bone folder. Oh, I don't even know if I know where my bone folders are, you guys. I literally still have so much to do to make this a fully functional craft space again. Let's see. Okay. See, and I cut the wrong one. Didn't I? Yes, I did. That's okay. So I cut the wrong one. Did I cut the wrong one on both sides? Oh my goodness. You guys, I did cut the wrong one on both sides. Shoot. See, that's what happens when I'm talking and not paying attention, because I didn't want that. I wanted to show that on the outside. That's okay. We're still going to use it like that. I'll put something up here to cover that up. So note to self, everybody, glue these together before you start snipping your edges off. Yeah, see, I snipped the wrong corner off. Darn it, darn it. That's okay. We shall fix it. All right, and I am, just because I don't want to make any more mistakes, I'm going to go ahead and just put some score tape on here. See, I even make mistakes live. So please say hello if you're in here. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, please. If you are a brand new subscriber, please make sure you click the notification bell so that you see when I come up live every time. And I'd love to know what kind of crafting content you would like for the new year. Whoops. Okay. So all I'm doing, you guys, is just lining this up to make this adorable. And there's going to be the spine of my book. And we'll have to put something up here to fix that mistake I made. And I need to clip. Here is the side I needed to take a little bit off. And now we'll have a tuck spot here and a tuck spot here to put little embellishments in. But what we need to do is I want to make this a little sturdier. And I'm not going to worry so much about the tuck spot pieces, but I also want this to look vintage. So I have this old manila folder. And what I'm going to do is we're going to use this. I'm going to do some super hard, just kidding, measurements. And basically what I'm going to start is by taking this off. So I'm just going to go ahead. And this is kind of like a chipboard. So I don't want to use my Fiskar cutter. So I'm just using a cheap razor blade to take that off. So everybody is so quiet tonight. What's everybody's plans for the new year? All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and I don't need it on these flaps. So basically, I want this to go on the inside of the flap. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark it that way. So let's see how this goes. I have a little heavy duty paper cutter. So we're going to use that. And we're going to just make this a sturdier cover. Hi, Shirls. Welcome, welcome. So happy to have people in here with me tonight. Wasn't sure if anybody would jump in or not. It wasn't a scheduled live, so I was just decided to go ahead and jump on. Okay. Oops, sorry for the noise. All right. So you can see this fits in here like this. It's a little bit too wide. Long. So I'm going to take just a smidge off, about a 1/16 of an inch. I'm just going to use my all right. And then what we're going to do is when I'm working like this, what I'll do, and this is not super precise, you guys. So if you're a super precise person, you're probably not going to want to do it like this. I'm going to go ahead and just make a mark on where my spine is. And then I am, in this case, going to use my scoreboard. Now, I'm lining this up in a line. So I know that I'm for sure going to end up with a straight line. I'm just going to go ahead and go down. And this is vintage cards, so you're going to want to be careful with it. When you're working with vintage papers, you can end up with cracking. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that cracking? because this is really old. And that's fine. Like it'll be perfectly fine. What I do to combat that is I love to take some washi tape, and I'll use that washi tape to help with that cracking. So the question is, we just moved everything, so where is the washi tape? And if you don't have washi tape, you can use some fabric there if you want. You can use drywall tape if you get that drywall netting tape. That works really well as well. But I have so much washi tape that I need to use it up. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? You are not late to the party, girl. Hi, Trish. Welcome. Looks like we have some newbies here. Thanks so much for joining. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please take a moment to do that. I love all the newbies here. We will do some giveaways of some sort today. I don't know what they'll be, but we'll definitely do some giveaways. And I'm gonna grab a glue stick here. And I'm gonna just go ahead and just run this washi on the inside of where that started to crack. And we're gonna cover this all up so you don't have to worry about this, but this will just help give it some I know. Well, it's the next holiday, unfortunately. So I decided, well, I didn't get any of the vintage Christmas journals done, so it's time to get cracking on the Valentine's ones. Okay, so all I did is just reinforce this vintage card with that. And now this is going to go in here, and this is going to be the inside cover for our cutie patootie journal. Now, what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to make sure it fits properly, because if I need to shave a little bit off, now is going to be the time to do it. So remember, we're going to go ahead and we're going to create this side and bottom tuck with these parts of the box, this part of the box, and then we're going to create this. See, and it's a little bit too tall. So we know now we got to just shave off just a smidge. So I'm just going to take my scissors and just take off just a tiny, tiny bit. That's all we're going to need to make this work. All right, so here's our side and our bottom tuck on the back. Oh, she still wants to be a little difficult on the front here. Let's get this in here. There we go. So that will fit. So now what I like to use is I like to use my Fabri-Tac glue. You can use hot glue. You can use any type of glue that you want. And of course, oh, here's my Fabri-Tac. So this is the same. It's a Beacon 3-in-1. And it's one of my favorite glues. So when I'm working with something like this, especially when we're reinforcing our cover, I start with my spine first just to make sure. Oh, happy birthday! Just to make sure that we have the folds lined up in the spine. And while I'm doing that, the other thing I love to do, you guys, is I take a piece of of just scrap, and I will smooth out that glue. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find that fold. We're going to find the fold here. We're going to line this up. We're going to get this in here, making sure that we have it lined up correctly, and then it's going to fold properly. I don't know if you've ever tried to reinforce a journal before with cardstock, but sometimes people will not get it reinforced properly and the darn fold won't work right. All right. Hey, I think 19's good. All right. So I'm just making sure that I have plenty of glue on here. And I'm just going to make sure that it's at the edges without getting it on the flap, because what you don't want to end up with is having your flap stick down. So grab your bone folder, make sure you burnish it really well so that you can close your journal. Here's going to be our tuck like we talked about, and now all we have to do is our front journal cover. So what are some projects you all want to do in the new year? I'd love to hear, because I'm starting a content calendar again. In 2020, before my mom got real sick, and I know Luann was on here, I was doing content every Sunday plus videos, and then mom got sick. We had to take care of her, and then we lost her, and it just was crazy. My life, 2021 was just not a good year for us. So I'm looking forward to starting the new year to give you all content that you want. So I don't want to take time to plan content that you guys are not interested in. I was just telling a friend today, honestly, how fun. Oh, see? My goodness, we were right on the same page. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to just carefully, one of the things you want to be real careful is making sure once you've glued that on that you are really getting that journal cover conditioned, and because you don't want the cover to be too stiff. Oh my gosh, 19 again. I don't know. Can you imagine being 19 again? I'm not sure I want to. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make our little tucks. And you could sew this. This is pretty thick, so I'm not going to sew it. But you definitely could sew this. So I'm going to put this edge down because I want to be able to have that tuck, and I want that to be sealed off. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Luann, me too. Girl, oh, yeah, I need to do that too. A friend and I had lunch today, and I just told her, I'm like, yeah, I have to. So some of you don't know this. So 2021, the one good thing about 2021 was that I was accepted into a fellowship program. I'm a principal by day, crafter by night, I tell people all the time. And this fellowship is super amazing. But one of the things that it's going to allow me to do, if everything goes okay with the pandemic, is I will be going to Germany in June to study educational systems over there. But not only am I excited about that, I'm excited about being able to bring home to all of you some awesomeness, some vintage awesomeness from Germany, and some paper crafting items from Germany. So very excited about that. Cannot wait. Hoping to find some amazing fabrics and things like that. But what I told my friend is I need to lose some weight because I don't want to sit on a plane for that long and be miserable in a seat. All right. So isn't that cute? That is our journal cover. I think that's adorable. Where I messed up here, we'll put something there, but that's our little journal cover made from a Valentine's box. Now I'm noticing that this is not liking me right here, so I'm just going to cut a little bit of that off because it's actually getting caught with the fold. There we go. And this is super strong. Like when this glue dries, it's going to be even firmer. So what I like to do when I'm working on things like this is then I'll try, and if I can find one, because here we go again, I like my journal to, if you leave it like this, it will get kind of bowed while it's drying. So what I do is I don't know how to explain this. So I take it and I kind of push the middle of the journal out. So it has kind of a bow. So the cover kind of bows like this. And I do the same thing with the back. And then I line up the edges of the book and I will take a little clip and I will clip that and let it dry. That way my book will be drying in the format that I want it to be in when I'm done. So we can set that to the side. In the meantime, we have to start thinking about the pages. Hi, Debbie Howard. How are you? Welcome. So you guys, I can't ever craft without having a complete and utter disaster everywhere. I don't understand. I have all these great intentions and then we have mass disaster. Okay. So next thing we have to do is we have to figure out how big our pages need to be. Oh, thank you. How big do our pages need to be? So our book is 3.5 roughly by 5.5. So I think we're going to try 3.25. Let's see. Let's try 8 by, oh no, we can't do that because we gotta take into account the spine. Okay, hold on. Oh, my math brain has to work here. So 7 by 5.25. Let's see what happens. I'm going to cut a script. So what I always do, this is just a scrap piece of paper. We played cards last night with some friends. So what I do is I always keep a scrap piece of paper for things like this. So we're going to see what happens here. So if I did my math correctly, I want it to be 7 by 5.25. Oh, and I hate this for 5.25. Should be right here. All right. And if I fold this in half, let's do it this way so you guys can't see our scores from last night. Let's see how that page fits in there. Well, I think it fits pretty good. Look at that. That's a pretty good fit. So all of our pages are going to be 7 by 5.25. So the next thing you do is you just find some pages. So they don't all have to be that size. This is some 6 by 6 paper. which I thought might be fun. I was looking for colors that were similar to the front of this. So like for example, um, we could, sorry guys, this is what happens when you guys are getting like the authentic Rachel crafting because I don't have a plan. All right, and I have my mat upside down, a hot mess tonight. Let me turn this so I can have my ruler. All right, so this is 6x6 paper. And I'm going to fold this up an inch roughly to create a pocket. And then we are going to fold it not exactly in half. So all of your pages do not have to be perfect. So like, for example, this is going to go in here, and no, it's not as tall as the other ones, but look, I end up with a tag pocket, and then I have one like this. So we are just going to grab some fun paper. Oh, these little vintage polka dots would be adorable. And what else might be cute for? This pink one I think would be good. It's kind of Valentine-ish. And these kind of match the flowers on her dress. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to use right now with this paper. So nobody told me what kind of content they want or what they're working on over the new year. Luann, I know you're always working on something fun. What are you working on? Beth, I know you're always working on something fun as well. What's everybody working on this year? So these I'm just going to fold in half. And I'm not going to worry about if they're smaller or bigger or, oh, Valentine's ornaments. Debbie's working on Valentine's ornaments. That's fun. I have not really made anything since we got to the new home. I did do one quick live sale, maybe two, but things have been just so crazy. I will be getting back into my live sales soon. So I can't wait for that. And then what I do a lot of times is I will use this page as my template. Textiles and paper combination. Oh, I love slow stitching. Cheryl, wintertime is my slow stitch time. So I will definitely be getting some slow stitching out. In fact, maybe I'll do some Valentine's slow stitching. That would be fun in this journal. I'm stepping up my YouTube channel this year. Good for you. That's what I have to do. I have to get back into getting my content on my YouTube channel because the last couple of years I have just had a rough go of things. So I'm excited to get that back up and going again. And even these, even though the lines are going the other way, I mean, these will fit in here as well. So keep those. Keep those. Oh, why is it the worst ever? It takes time. Your YouTube channel takes time. People think it happens quickly. It does not, you guys. Does not happen quickly. So it took me quite a few years to build up my followers, and I still have to work on it. So just keep working at it. Eventually, keep getting your content on there. Keep working. It takes a long time. Oh my gosh, Cheryl, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I bet. You know what? Sometimes we have to just take a step back. So you have a whole new year to start some things. So the other thing is, I don't know if anybody does batch journal making, but I have to get back into my batch journal making again. I have not sold any of my journals in a long time, and I love the process of just making them in batches. This is what happens when I'm paying attention to the feed. Takes me a little longer to make the pages. All right. So I just keep stacking and stacking, and I'm debating what kind of binding should we do for this journal. Should we do 2 signatures? Should we could do a Midori style. Yeah, I hope it's this year as well. All right. Okay. So the other thing you can do, yeah, I like that too, the Midori style, because you can keep using it. So the other thing, I like to have fold out pages. So a lot of times, because I like to do a lot of writing, especially if it's a mini journal, I sometimes struggle with not having enough space. So I'll leave long pages and fold this so that it can fold out and you have a longer page. So just remember, you can always do that as well. And have these nice fold out pages. I love graph paper, especially vintage graph paper, because for me, I love the color of it, but I also love the boxes to write in. You can do like bullet journaling. So on this one, folded the pages in, on this one, folded the pages out. So, you can do whatever you want as you are building, and see how this is more of a different, this one has like it yellowed a little bit more. My lighting is goofy in here tonight. I don't know what's going on. So just another thought for how to use those pages. Don't throw away your scraps. Keep all of your scraps. Yes, this is going to be cute because we're going to be able to put things. I have some little cut aparts as well to put in here. And maybe I'll cut just a couple of them out. I'm actually faster with a pair of scissors than trying to fight with that. If you guys do not have these Fiskar Easy Action Precision scissors, I have no affiliation with Fiskar, I'm going to tell you right now, but I love these scissors. They are great for fussy cutting. They have a great point. They're sharp. They stay sharp, and you do not get fatigue in your hand. If you have problems in your hands, you do not get fatigue from these. You can cut all day. Look at how cute that is going to be. Tucking those little pieces in there. Oh, you're not familiar with Midori, Beth? So Midori is where you can slide the pages in and out, and so you can exchange them. You're not physically binding them in to. Usually, you will do 2 holes, and then the cording is in here. So you'll have like 3 cords. You can have 3 or 4 signatures, and then the pages just slide in and out of that elastic piece so that you don't have to so you can take pages or add pages in and out. It's really fun. And I am glad, Luann, you reminded me, because I have this amazing die that I was going to create some Midori kits. And I'm going to have to go see if I can find it now. Because now that we moved, goodness only knows where. Yeah, see, I was afraid of that. These are going to be a little bit too big. But if you don't mind things sticking out, I don't know if you guys ever follow Paper Pippi. She always has like things sticking out of her journals. She doesn't care. She makes small journals all the time, but she has stuff that's hanging out. Her ephemera might hang out. Like, it's for her, it's not a big deal. So, it depending on your style, if you don't want stuff to stick out, you want to go ahead and size them. Now you can, if you do printables, you can go ahead and size them on your printer by just changing the percentage, excuse me, of the image. So these were at 100%, and I knew I was making a smaller journal. So I said, well, so I'm sorry, these are at 100%. These I did at 80%. And still at 80%, you can see they're still too big for this journal. I probably needed to go down to 60% if I wanted them to fit inside the journal. But I don't mind that they stick out like this. This doesn't bother me. And these make great tip-ins. So you could do a tip-in. You could pin it in and just have it so it could come out and someone could just write on the back. There's a variety of things you can do with those. Yeah, she does a lot of shabby chic, Cheryl. Yeah, she does a lot of shabby chic. It's so frustrating that people, thank you, Beth. I don't know why people want to troll and put dumb stuff on crafters channels. Super frustrating. Thanks, Beth, for doing that. I'm glad, Cheryl. Yeah, this is fun. You think about what you have. Think about, and even if you don't have, um, a vintage box to make this journal out of, you could totally go in and just get a cereal box and put, yeah, these are going to be cute in here. Oh, that was a bot. Okay. um, go in, get a cereal box, make a base. There are free vintage printables online that you can go ahead and you can just print offline and make a cover, based on that printable. The other thing I love to do, you guys, with these, now, I already have a problem here because this is not on cardstock. This was printed on regular paper. So we're going to make a little mini journal to go inside the mini journal. A mini journal to go inside the mini journal. It's not, whew. I'm going to show you how to do that. Because, darn it, I accidentally printed on regular paper instead of, and these would have been the perfect size cards. All right, so let's make a little mini journal to go inside the mini journal. All right. So I have this piece. Oh my gosh, I've made a mess, you guys. Made a mess. All right. So we're going to just trim this off. And we are going to make a whole nother little journal to go inside. So I'm not measuring again. I'm just taking off this piece here. And then we're going to make this the cover. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink this just a little bit, just to give it a little bit more of a vintage look. So I don't waste anything. If I make a mistake, I figure out a way to use it. So because this should have been on cardstock and it's not, that's okay because we're going to make a little tuck in journal. So I'm just going to glue this down onto this card. Just like this. Oh, and there I go doing it backwards. Goodness gracious. You guys, are you screaming at me on the other side saying, why are you putting it upside down? Oh. Let's make sure we got a little extra glue on there since I decided to put it on upside down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. That's fine. Oh, those would be adorable. Cheryl, those would be adorable. Is anybody else buffering? Because I'm showing pretty high internet speed right now on my end. Is anybody else having a buffering problem? All right, so, okay, good. So now I'm just going to take all right, there we go. Making a little journal. I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to just trim just like this. Oh my gosh, that's so stinking cute. Love it. And I'm just adding just a little bit. And this is actually dry. I've not touched. Ooh, it looks like I need a new pad. I've not even put it in the ink today. Okay, so here's my little booklet. I'm just going to burnish it down. And remember these little pages that we had left? I think they'll be good for going in here. Yes, they will. All right. So this is just from those scraps. And we're going to just add it in here. It has just 8 little pages. And you could put more pages. You know what? I might put a little. You know what? Let's put one of these in it just to give it some color. Let's see. I'm going to do this just because the type is the same type that's on there. So let's go ahead, cut this in half, or cut this in half. Goodness gracious, fold that in half. Take that little edge off. And our pages are, yeah, that's what I thought. They're about 3.5. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut that. Oh, I need to shave just a smidge off these. We're going to put that in there like that. I'm going to stop a couple or move a couple of pages. And I'm going to put this little one in here just because I don't want to waste any paper. And I like to have little itty bitties hanging out sometimes. So we're going to go just like that, just like that. I'm going to put that in this. Oop, it's still sticking out. Well, goodness gracious. So we need to trim a little more off. There. Isn't that cute? And now I'm going to grab some binding thread. If I can find it, we'll be all set here. Here we go. I told you all I really, really, really need to get this back in order here. Let's see if my piercing tool is anywhere to be found. Well, we might have to cheat and use a pair of scissors because I don't. Yeah, I think my piercing tool is. I think it's packed away still. All right, so I'm just going to take my little clip. These are just really pointed scissors, and I use them sometimes when I can't find my piercing tool. And just going to do a basic binding. So I just have my 3 little holes. Yeah, you can totally add lace to it. You can do all kinds of things. And I'll do a lot of embellishing. This is definitely not, we're going to have to do another video because there's no way I'll be anywhere close to being done today. But I just wanted to give you all some inspiration to think about getting out some Valentines, especially since we're just coming off Christmas and y'all probably still have a lot of red out. And so, we don't have to put all the red away. You can put the green away, but don't put the red away. You can still do Valentine stuff with the reds. So your red fabrics, your red beads, um, your red laces, all those things that you were using for Christmas, don't put those away quite yet. All right. All right, and there's our little book, all bound together, cute as can be. Just going to burnish it. And that can totally just tuck in. We can add lace, we can do a lot of different things, but that's just super simple. You could just make a bunch of these cute things. These could be great Happy Meals. And all this is a basic. I'm tired of the football games too, Luann. That's why I'm in here, because my husband's been watching football and I'm tired of it. So, this is some of that. I got this from Penny Pudge, and she sells this. And it is linen ribbon. And you could just as simply as just do a quick little tie like that to keep it shut. You could leave that on. So it could be just a slide off, which actually is what I think I'm going to do. I probably didn't need to use that much. Darn it. Oh, well. That's okay. These little pieces will be used. So I think that's super cute. It's just knotted. And then all I have to do is slide it off to use the little booklet. Oh, Beth, I pray that you guys do not get any more tornadoes. That is just horrible. It goes until Sunday. I've missed something. I've missed some. Okay, I have been very honored to be asked to be. Oh, very cool, Cheryl. Yeah, so this little booklet, and this, these could be tucked in very easily. So this could be a journal with a journal in the back of it, just like that. Oops, sorry. That does sound like fun. Okay. So I definitely need a lot more paper for this cute journal. But I think let's make, darn it, can't pick up these little pieces. I think we should make maybe some more little bits and bobs for this journal. Oh, here we go. Just looking for my little ball pen. So Cheryl, what design team are you on, and what types of items do you design? Are you making journals? Are you making other items? Oh, we'll keep you in our prayers as well. Um, yeah, you guys down south have been having horrible storms. And here in Michigan, it's been just the weather has been crazy. Um, we're used to having a lot more snow. We don't have a lot of snow. It did snow a little bit last night. Um, but oddly enough, it's been warm weather up here, and we're not used to that. Creative Trish can't find. Yeah, Trish, if you want to post your YouTube channel in here, you're welcome to do that. So people can go over and get in your giveaway. And Beth, you're welcome to post your channel in here too. I know Beth Ann's trying to build her channel. Please feel free to go ahead and do that. So these little bits and bobs, you guys, don't throw these little pieces away. These are great to add to the sides of things, even on something as simple as this. You could add this little piece and some little beads or something like that. But don't throw these little scrap pieces away. These can be used to embellish the edges of pages. I can't get this one open. I like to use them on the edge of pages so that just a little bit of the fun sticks out. You can use them as tabs as well. So like if you have a tag, you can use them as tabs. But these are fun to just put on the edges of your pages. So don't waste them. There we go. All right. See, and you can just put that little bit and bob on, and then when you put it in your journal, you have just that little bit that's hanging out, which is fun. Think about just using some of these for that, just to add a little more dimension to your pages, give it a little bit of fun, and don't throw them out. Lace, you can do them along the top. We'll do this one along the top. So my glue, I'm not good about putting the lid on the top of it. And so if you have a problem like I'm having, what you need to do with this type of glue is put a little tiny bit of acetone in here and then shake it up really good, and that will thin it out a little bit and it will work just fine. So it's definitely something I need to do. See, and you can just have this little itty bitty sticking up. Little itty bitty. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad people are subscribing. This is all about sharing. My channel is all about sharing and helping others, and just supporting. So So please subscribe to their channels. Super excited. Please share our videos. Even a thumbs up, even a thumbs down. If you don't like the video content, even a thumbs down helps get stuff shared to others. So, it's important that you engage in videos so that the content can get spread other places. I'm so upset that I did not print this on cardstock. Now, the other thing you can do if you are goofy like me and you didn't print it on cardstock, but you want it on cardstock, is you can just take it and glue it down. Glue it down onto a piece of manila, a piece of cardstock. You can make it a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to keep using up the scraps that I have rather than trying to throw things away. And I should be able to get 2 on here, and then we can thicken these up. Thicken these up. I think we should do a giveaway. I think what I'll give away is I'll make one of these little booklets up and send this out. Well, I appreciate it, Beth. I appreciate you helping them out. And I think we'll do this. E is for elephant one will be the giveaway. Yeah, Beth has a wrench. Beth and I have helped each other out before, so while I'm talking and gabbing, she's able to go grab it and put it in for you. Thanks so much, Beth. Appreciate you. Beth, are you working today or are you home? You must be home. All right. So I think what we'll do is we're going to make another one of these cutie patootie little booklets. And we're going to, I will send it to one of you. You're home today? Okay. So let's see. There's only 6 of us in here today. So let's pick a number between 1 and 15, but hold on a minute because I need to write a number down. I'm not going to grab my phone. Well, I can do, you know what? I can do a generator on my phone. All right, go ahead. Let's do 1 to 15. Go ahead and put a number in. And then number generator. Luann has 9. Everybody can join. Oh, Cheryl, did you make my hanky dress? Cheryl's at 2. Debbie Howard's at 12. Did I say 1 to 10 or 1 to 15? I think I said 15. Beth's at 7. Did you make some of those? You made many of them. I love them. I sell a lot of those in my craft booth or my antique booth that I have. People love those. and they really do not take a long time to make. I love to use all the vintage broken jewelry that I have to dress them up and buttons and all of that fun stuff. You know what? You reminded me. I need to make a few more of those. I have not made some in a while for my booth. Creative Trish is going to do 15. All right, let's go ahead and generate the number. Are we ready? You can see I have 1 to 15, and the number is 14. The number is 14. And we're doing the closest number. And so the closest number is Creative Trish. Congratulations. Even though she went over, I did the closest number this time. So Creative Trish, I'm going to give you my email, sweetie. And go ahead and email me your address. Oh, don't use that address. I'm sorry. Creative Trish, hold on. It's 2014. Send me an email and I gotta delete this one. Remove. Send me an email and I will mail that out to you. And this one is going to be yours. We're going to make this one with E is for Elephant on Valentine's Day. We're thankful for love headed your way. So that is going to be yours, my dear. And I will work on that after I turn off the camera today. So I hope everybody just has a wonderful week. I will be doing more videos. You'll see a lot more content on my channel. I will be having some sales probably in February and maybe end of January. I've still got to get some things organized. We're getting ready to reset our booth at the antique store. We actually have, I don't think I've told you all this. We have 3 booths now. We have 2 in one antique store and 1 in another one. So we've been very busy with that. Super fun. And then of course moving and all of our fun stuff. So yeah, I'm glad to have made some new friends too, Beth, and I hope everybody's subscribed. So please subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can get notification every time I'm on. I will get together a content calendar so y'all know when I'm going to be on. And I hope everybody just has an amazing day. Super excited to have y'all here. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's. Hopefully you'll see me before New Year's, and I might even be on New Year's Eve night because we actually are not planning to do anything this year. We've had such a low-key holidays this year. It's been very nice. So if I don't see you all, please have a safe New Year's Eve into the new year, and I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful remainder of your week. Bye, everybody. Big hearts, hugs to you all. I'll see you soon.